This is part 3 of the Three Sister gardening. And some of it, I wanted to give you a tip that these are from my notes, my gardening notes. Some seeds have been pre-treated with inoculant. So remember this, don't use a bowl you use for human food consumption to avoid contamination. Let me say that one more time. Some seeds have been pre-treated with inoculant, so don't use a bowl you use for human food consumption to avoid contamination. What I'm referring to is when you soak the seeds. Do not use your regular cereal bowl. Use something that you can actually use only for gardening. The Haudenosaunee tradition holds that planting begins when the leaves of a dogwood are the size of a squirrel's ear. The sequence of planting a Three Sister garden seeds. In mounds, you plant 6 corn seeds 10 inches apart in the middle. Once the corn is about 10 inches, forget this one, not 12 inches tall, plant a bean seed 3 inches from each of the stalks. 1 week after the beans sprout, plant 2 squash seeds 24 inches from the center on 2 sides of the mound, or 1 seed on each of the 4 sides. Now, everyone does this differently. I did 6 corn seeds and I'm using 4 beans, okay? And totally different than what you're being instructed here. But you can choose to only use 1 seed, 1 bean, or 4. Now, the centers of additional mounds should be approximately 5 feet apart, leaving just enough space between mounds so you can harvest corn and beans from any side. In blocks, plant corn 6 to 12 inches apart in an area no less than 4 square feet. Corn is wind pollinated. Therefore, the block planting ensures better transfer of pollen between plants than if corn is planted in a long single row. Plant bean seeds around the perimeter of the corn close enough so the vines can reach the corn and climb. Plant squash seeds on the sunniest side of the block, 3 feet away from the beans, at least a week after the beans have sprouted. When you plant the bean seeds, okay, and you want them to climb the corn, you know what, sometimes there's nothing wrong with putting a pole next to the corn, and because it can get heavy. And so you can, as the farmer, as a gardener, can understand what to do. The seeds you shouldn't soak include carrot, lettuce, radish, celery, turnips, and spinach. 10 seeds you should soak before planting. Seeds benefit from a pre-soak, high germination rates to soften and loosen that outer protective layer. This step allows all the energy the seed has stored up to go straight into the germinating rather than bursting through the tough outer shell. Now, these are the ones that you should soak. Peas. Okay, I'm just going to say peas. And do you know, with all of these, you can just soak them overnight. The beet seeds, tomato and pepper seeds, cucumbers, beans, of course, and pumpkin, corn, of course, Swiss chard, pea shoots, and sunflower shoots. Now, these are the ones that I'm explaining that you should soak. The thin ones, like it says, like we just said. The seeds you shouldn't soak include carrots, lettuce, radish, celery, turnips, and spinach seeds. I am ending this video and As I am traveling, you have to understand that I don't have access to a garden, but I think we're faring pretty well, and I think you're understanding how to plant a three-sister garden, even though we are out researching and you're looking at grandma's drawings, and it's just the way of the life of grandma for right now. And eventually I pray I will have a home so that we can make sure we have something more stable to work with. This is step number 3. Now we've already planted. We have already spent time showing you where to plant the corn, and the drawing was there. Now we're talking about soaking the seeds, and that actually should have been before the planting. But I just wanted you to see that what I normally do is I always soak my seeds, and I do not use any bowls that I eat out of. Okay, you need to remember that. So that's really important for you to remember. I ride my bike, I do stuff. I hope you're out doing the same thing, remaining healthy and strong, because when you grow older, everyone has always told you, you need to take good care of yourself now, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, in every way. So I hope you're working on that. And it's good to touch base with you sometimes during the travels. Remember, I go into archives and I work, so I just don't, have videos come at my command. It just takes time to get them ready. And my drawings, the next step will be about planting the beans around the corn. So ak'ฎ, I love you all. Take good care. Grandma loves you. And be good. Enjoy your garden. And I hope that your corn is starting to grow. I can imagine all the creative subscribers that I have, the gardeners that you are. And it's good to be self-sufficient. So I love you. See you later, alligator.